What's up guys, welcome back to yet another weekly respill episode. This week let's talk about Tana Mongeau cancelling Doll's Kill and Jeffree Star sending the owner a disturbing message, Madison Beer being called out for staging a photo shoot at a protest, and Jake Paul being charged after attending a protest, as well as Jake taking credit for a fundraiser that he didn't raise the money for. Let's get into it.
Weekly respill, yeah.
This week, many influencers have been dropping the brand Doll's Kill after the owner posted an Instagram picture to her personal account that shows her storefront with a bunch of police officers in front of it. They captioned the post and wrote "Direct action in its glory, hashtag Black Lives Matter." People who supported this brand were so disgusted to see the post given the current events that are happening in America and around the world right now. Police are using excessive force to harm protesters who are there to speak up against police brutality in the first place. The fact that Doll's Kill would describe what the police are doing as direct action in its glory is beyond tone deaf. It's disgusting. It shows you the type of brand that Doll's Kill is. There have also been other things in the past that make Doll's Kill extremely problematic, like ripping off other small artists, selling shirts that say "Goth is white," selling headpieces, and selling clothes that glorify mental illness. Now, Tana Mongeau has probably been one of their biggest supporters.
I spend the majority of my money at Doll's Kill. It was in the top 5 things I spent the most money on last year.
She wears a lot of the clothes that they sell on their website and has even accepted sponsorships with them in the past. When word got around about what the brand had been posting on their Instagram, fans of Tana started tweeting her asking her to no longer support them. One person said, "You better never do another brand deal." Tana replied to one fan that asked her if she saw everything that was going on with the brand, and she replied saying, "Yes. Suddenly, the emo boots are retired. Ew." Tana also shared a thread that someone put together on different stores that you can support that sell clothing similar to Doll's Kill without supporting the problematic and disgusting background that Doll's Kill has made for themselves. Now, most of the people who've spoken out about Doll's Kill have done it in a very productive way that sparks conversation and educates people on why they aren't a good brand to give your money to. Although one influencer who spoke up about the brand did it in a very shocking way. Doll's Kill owner posted a message that she received from Jeffree Star. Jeffree messaged her saying, "You're such a stupid cunt. Direct action is your disgusting and failing brand finally burning to the ground." Jeffree then unsent his first message and sent her a third message saying, "Hope you have a beautiful morning and get a rubber bullet to the middle of your head." Even though the owner of Doll's Kill is disgusting and doesn't deserve any support for her brand, it's also disgusting to hope someone gets a rubber bullet to their head, especially with everything going on in America right now with the police using rubber bullets on protesters, causing some of them to go blind as a result. It would be one thing to speak out and use your platform to educate people on why Doll's Kill isn't a good brand to support, but it's another to wish harm on someone no matter how much you dislike them. Madison Beer has been out protesting in person as well as sharing really useful links on her social media with petitions that people can sign and links you can donate to. Although a few days ago a video surfaced that appeared to be Madison Beer posing for a planned photo op in the middle of a protest. The video made a lot of people question Madison's intentions behind being at the protest. Some people felt like she must have called the photographer there to take pictures of her for Instagram. One person tweeted, "If Madison Beer actually cared for the Black Lives Matter movement and not attention, she wouldn't have called a photographer to take pictures of her holding up signs. I haven't seen any celebrities do this and it's so weird." Eventually the photographer posted the pictures to his Instagram account and just like everyone suspected, they looked super staged and well thought out. One person took a screenshot of the pictures and tweeted Madison asking her how paparazzi would magically know where she was to take her picture. What seems to be a fan of Madison replied and said, "Because paparazzi knew Madison was going to be there, she tweeted out she would, so obviously they go. The same as Ariana, if she tweeted exactly where she would be, they'd show up." Then someone on Twitter posted messages that were sent to the photographer asking if they were staged photos. The photographer then says, "Why does it matter if they're planned or not?" The person asking explains to the photographer why it would be wrong and insensitive to go to a protest just for a photo op. Finally, the photographer admits it was planned and says, okay, it was planned. So what? After the situation blew up and people were really starting to get pissed off at Madison, she finally decided to go on Twitter and address everything in a series of tweets. Here's what she had to say. The photo shoot rumors are wildly untrue. I have been protesting for days. This is not and never was a photo op. It is me standing with a movement and getting out there to spread a message I believe in. That is all. Madison then replied to someone saying the photographer was spreading misinformation about her and posted her conversation she had with the photographer, where she asked him to clear up the rumors that were being spread. Madison wrote to the photographer, "Hi, people are claiming that I hired you to take photos of me and that I staged a photo shoot. As you clearly know, this is wildly untrue, and if you saw me, I was out protesting for hours. If you can please post something clearing this up, that would be appreciated. If you can, please do it ASAP. People are really running with this ridiculous idea. Please clear this up now. Like, now. The photographer replied to Madison and said, "I'm sorry I got you into this. I was contacted by a lot of people yesterday and media outlets who wanted to know the truth, and even when I ignored them, they just kept sending me messages. I was just frustrated, that's why I responded like that." Madison replied and said, "But why did you say it was set up? You said, okay, it was planned, so what? And now they literally all think I lied. Like, this is actually insane." The photographer went on his Instagram and posted a long caption under Madison's picture explaining that the pictures were not staged and he simply ran into her at the protest and took her picture. Although people in the comments don't seem to be believing that and feel like he was paid to say that or is simply covering for her because they're friends. This past week, videos surfaced of Jake Paul, who is a literal multi-millionaire, participating in looting shops inside a Fashion Square mall. In one video, Jake Paul is seen with a $40 bottle of vodka that seems to be stolen from one of the shops. When video of this surfaced, people were outraged at what they were seeing. In no way was Jake Paul out protesting for the Black Lives Matter movement. He was simply there for content and to participate in the riots. One person on Twitter wrote, "Jake Paul for looting and escalating violence in these protests rather than donating and redistributing his obscene wealth to help the cause." Jake Paul later released a statement on his social media account saying, "To be absolutely clear, neither I nor anyone in our group was engaged in any looting or vandalism. I do not condone violence, looting, or breaking the law. However, I understand the anger and frustration that led to the destruction we witnessed, and while it's not the answer, it's important that people see it and collectively figure out how to move forward in a healthy way." Jake then went on to post a video to his YouTube trying to clear his name. It was very scripted and started off with him going into detail about all the volunteer work he's done and trying to make us feel like he's a good person. Long story short, his explanation is that the media is trying to make him look bad and he was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. He claims he was just looking for a protest but got caught in the middle of people looting stores and decided to film it. He claims the $40 bottle of vodka was just handed to him and he later put it down. A few days after Jake posted that video, he was officially charged with criminal trespassing and unlawful assembly. Jake later tweeted, "Give me my charges and let's put the focus back on George Floyd and Black Lives Matter." Jake Paul is now being called out by a fellow YouTuber for the fundraiser that Jake added to his video, with the proceeds going to the NAACP. The fundraiser was made by a smaller YouTuber who posted a video saying he was leaving YouTube and not posting again until his fundraiser reached over $10,000.
"I've set up a fundraiser on the side. It should be available to everyone on your mobile or desktop. If you don't see it, pull it up on a laptop, pull it up on a different device."
At first, he was kind of afraid of not even reaching his goal, but he actually ended up raising over $10,000 in less than an hour. His video made the trending page and the donations kept flowing in. Then Jake Paul used his fundraiser under his own video, and now the fundraiser is at $40,000 at the time of recording this. Now, there would be nothing wrong with Jake Paul adding this fundraiser to his video if he didn't take credit for the entire thing. A fan of Jake tweeted him and said, "Jake has raised $32,000 in 20 minutes. I'm so proud of you." Instead of correcting the fan and letting people know that a lot of the money was raised by another YouTuber, he pretty much took credit for the entire thing. Jake tweeted back to the fan and wrote, "With y'all's help." People that knew the true creator of the fundraiser spoke up under the tweet, writing, "How about you give credit to the organizer of the fundraiser, instead of taking the credit for yourself and your fans?" The original creator of the fundraiser, who raised a lot of that money with the help of his audience, posted a video to TikTok explaining the situation.
I want you guys to imagine something real quick, okay? Imagine you make a video about Black Lives Matter and you put a fundraiser and it raises around $32,000 within the first 3 days. Now imagine Jake Paul makes a video 3 days later and puts your fundraiser, that's me, the organizer, And then you go to Jake Paul's Twitter and you see that he's taken all the credit that you raised. And then you got people saying, I love you so much for doing this.
Jake Paul has yet to correct himself or give credit where credit is due. I mean, are we really surprised?